Season 1 of House of the Dragon takes place nearly 200 years before the events of Game of Thrones. It tells the story of the beginning of the Targaryen civil war known as the Dance of the Dragons, a devastating conflict that tears apart the powerful House Targaryen. At this time, the Targaryens rule the Seven Kingdoms, and unlike in later centuries, they possess many dragons, giving them unmatched military power. However, the greatest threat to their rule comes not from enemies outside the realm, but from conflict within their own family. The story begins with a major political decision made years before the main events of the show. After the death of the king's heirs, the lords of Westeros gather at the Great Council of 101 AC to choose the next ruler of the realm. Two main candidates emerge: Viserys Targaryen, Rhaenys Targaryen. Although Rhaenys has a strong claim, the council ultimately chooses Viserys, largely because he is male. This decision establishes a precedent that will later become extremely important. Viserys becomes king and rules from King's Landing in the massive castle known as the Red Keep. His reign begins peacefully, but the question of succession soon becomes the greatest political problem facing the realm. Viserys is married to Aemma Arryn, and the royal court hopes she will produce a male heir. However, during a difficult childbirth, both Aemma and her newborn son die. This tragedy devastates Viserys and leaves him without a clear successor. At the time, the next obvious candidate is Viserys' younger brother, Daemon Targaryen. Daemon is a skilled warrior and dragon rider, but he is also unpredictable, ambitious, and often cruel. Many powerful lords believe he would be a dangerous king. Because of this, Viserys makes an unexpected decision. Viserys publicly declares his daughter Rhaenyra Targaryen to be his heir. The lords of the realm swear loyalty to her, promising to recognize her as the future queen. This decision is historic because no woman has ever ruled the Seven Kingdoms before. At the time, Rhaenyra is young, intelligent, and confident. She rides the dragon Syrax and grows up in the royal court alongside her closest friend, Alicent Hightower. However, this friendship will later become one of the central rivalries of the series. Following the death of Queen Aemma, political pressure mounts for Viserys to remarry. Otto Hightower, the king's hand, encourages his daughter Alicent to grow closer to the grieving king. Eventually, Viserys marries Alicent. This decision deeply hurts Rhaenyra, who feels betrayed by her former friend. Over time, Alicent gives birth to several children: Aegon Targaryen II, Aemon Targaryen, Helaena Targaryen. Many people in the kingdom begin to argue that Aegon, as a male heir, should inherit the throne instead of Rhaenyra. This begins the formation of two rival political factions: the Blacks, supporters of Rhaenyra, and the Greens, supporters of Alicent and her children. Meanwhile, Daemon grows frustrated with his lack of power. He initially commands the city watch of King's Landing, but his aggressive behavior causes conflict with the king. Eventually, he leaves King's Landing and begins building his own power. Daemon later participates in a war against pirates in the Stepstones, fighting alongside Corlys Velaryon, the powerful lord known as the Sea Snake. After several years of brutal warfare, Daemon defeats the pirate leader Kragas Draha, also called the Crab Feeder. This victory increases Daemon's reputation as a warrior and leader. As Rhaenyra grows older, the king pressures her to marry in order to strengthen her political position. She eventually marries Lana Velaryon, the son of Corlys Velaryon and Rhaenys. The marriage is politically powerful, joining the royal Targaryen family with the wealthy Velaryon fleet. However, their relationship is complicated. Lana is widely known to prefer men, and the marriage becomes more of a political arrangement than a romantic one. Rhaenyra later has 3 sons: Jaehaerys Velaryon, Lucerys Velaryon, Joffrey Velaryon. However, many people suspect their real father is Harwin Strong, a knight of the royal court. These rumors further weaken Rhaenyra's political position. As the next generation grows up, tensions between the two factions worsen. The children of Alicent and Rhaenyra frequently fight and insult one another. A major turning point occurs when Aemon Targaryen, who previously had no dragon, claims the enormous dragon Vhagar. During a violent confrontation between the children, Lucerys cuts out Aemon's eye. This moment permanently intensifies the hatred between the families. As the years pass, King Viserys becomes increasingly ill. His health deteriorates due to a mysterious disease, and his physical condition worsens dramatically. Despite the growing political conflict, Viserys continues insisting that Rhaenyra is his rightful heir. In one of the most powerful moments of the season, the dying king struggles to walk into the throne room to defend Rhaenyra's claim during a dispute over the inheritance of Driftmark. His appearance reminds the court that he still supports his daughter. After the death of Lyanna Velaryon, Rhaenyra secretly marries Daemon Targaryen. This union strengthens her claim because it unites two powerful Targaryen branches. Together they rule from Dragonstone and have two children of their own. However, many in the kingdom view their marriage as controversial and dangerous. Eventually King Viserys dies. Instead of informing Rhaenyra, Alicent and her allies secretly organize a coup in King's Landing. Led by Otto Hightower and Criston Cole, they crown Aegon Targaryen II as the new king. This act effectively begins the civil war. Some members of the royal court oppose the decision and are either imprisoned or executed. During Aegon's coronation in the Dragon Pit, an unexpected event occurs. Rhaenys Targaryen escapes captivity and bursts through the floor riding her dragon Meleys. Although she has the opportunity to kill the Greens and end the war immediately, she chooses not to burn them, instead flying away to warn Rhaenyra. The season's final tragedy occurs when Rhaenyra sends her sons to gather allies. Lucerys travels to Storm's End to seek support from Borros Baratheon. However, he encounters Aemon Targaryen, who demands revenge for his lost eye. Aemon pursues Lucerys into a massive storm while riding Vhagar. Although Aemon initially intends only to frighten him, the enormous dragon attacks and kills Lucerys and his dragon Arrax. The season ends with Rhaenyra learning of her son's death. Her grief turns into fury. The camera focuses on her face as she realizes that the conflict is no longer political. The war between the Targaryens has truly begun. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more.